Hi friends, this is Shomik Vishwas. Today we are going to discuss upon a topic. This is called network theorem. So before going to this topic, network theorem, I would like to put your eyes on a particular subject that I have discussed already in that chapter, which you can say this is Fourier transformation. That if suppose one shifting property I have discussed, that if xt equals to converted as g of j omega, or if x of t, if taking Fourier, it should be g of omega, so x of t minus t0, that is a shifting, so it should be integration of e to the power j omega minus t minus t0 into f of t dt. So therefore e to the power j omega t0 will be coming outside, and inside that bracket it will be e to the power minus j omega t into ft dt. So for the case of minus, that e to the power it should be plus. For the case of x of t plus t0, it should be e to the power minus j omega t0. So whenever the time shifting is towards the positive direction of the t-axis, so obviously that output is having this plus, and when it is the negative direction of the t-axis, it will be taking the minus. In the previous lecture, when I have talked to you this different type of shifting property of the Fourier transformation, so I had make a mistake that instead of plus I put it there as minus. So please correct it out, and the remaining thing is very fine. So today we will discussing the network theorem, and the network theorems are here in your subject. I am going to discuss. Number one is Thevenin's theorem. So what is Thevenin's theorem? This theorem is applicable to the bilateral network, and obviously it is used to find out the current to this unknown resistor. So obviously that particular resistance, if taken as RL, through which I have to find out the current flow, the value of RL is known to me, only the current flow is unknown here. The remaining part, leaving that RL, is called that RTH, or the Thevenin equivalent resistance. So we have to find out the another thing, that is VTH, or somehow it is taken as VOC, the open circuit voltage of that particular node on which I have to make that particular Thevenin's voltage calculation. So I have to get these three value, and you have to make one circuit like this. This is a VTH, this is a RTH, and this is a RL. So the total current flow, if I, so I is basically VTH or VOC divided by RTH plus RL. This is a basic form of the Thevenin's theorem. Now, how it is used in sorting different sort of mathematical problems and different sort of other problems, so it will be discussed later on. Now, the Thevenin's theorem can be applicable to both portion. One is a DC network, another is a AC network. So in AC and DC, in both cases, you will be able to apply that Thevenin's theorem. So in the progression of the lecture, I will give you first of all some mathematical, or you can say some numerical example, by which you will be understood that how DC network will be utilizing the Thevenin's theorem to find out the current flow in a particular resistance, but through the particular resistance. Now For this reason I have did some workout previously. So see this. So first of all, as you can see here, so here as you can see in this case here, one particular circuit is given on which V1 is given as 10 volt. This R1, R2 and R3, three resistance are there, and R4, the fourth resistance here, V3 is 20 volt. So it is a bilateral circuit. The values are given as R1 equals to 2, R2 equals to 5 and R3 equals to 1 and R4 equals to 10 ohm. So find out the current through that R4. R4 means this. So first step is what? You have to make it open, this one. So that is actually your RL. This one is your RL, the load resistance. You have to remove it first. So after removing the entire network, it look like this. R1, R2, R3 is there, only R4 is missing. Now here the voltage source, whenever you are getting that RTH for this calculation, the voltage source must be shorted, and if current source are there, so it must be open. Here it is a voltage source, so it is shorted. The capacitive circuit, here the capacitor is considered to the another voltage source, and sorry, it is not the capacitor. I have misinterpreted this. This is V2 already given as V2, so it should be shorted it as per. Now here I have to find out that current. First of all, I have to find out the current. Now using that KCL, I know that if the branch current is I1, if the branch current is I2, if the branch current is I3, so all total these three current, if you are taking a summation, because this node is shorted, so they are coming into single node. So either you can apply over here or you can apply over here. The remaining thing is same. So I1, I1 is entering, I2 is outgoing, but I3 is entering. So I1, I3 is plus and I2 is minus, as according to the KCL law I told you. So I am just writing the KCL equation first. Now what is I1? That is V1 minus this VOC, because if it is open, so it is open circuit voltage, it is shorted. So here that point will be loaded as VOC. So V1 minus VOC by this R1. You can mind it, it's R1. So if it is R1, so this is I1. Again you can write V3 minus VOC. V3 minus VOC, this is by R4, this is I3, and I2 means this one, so VOC by 0, or it is written as V2. So VOC minus V2, but here is a minus common, so it is minus VOC plus, or you can write it with a bracket having this minus. So every value is known to you. Finally you will be calculating, this is 13.29 volt. Now in the same way you have to calculate that RTH. Whenever you are calculating that RTH, you have to put your eyes in this particular branch, and you see this two road is bifurcating itself. So this R1, R2 is parallel, and here R3 is also parallel with them. So all resistance 3, R1, R2 and R3 are parallel to each other. So therefore we are applying this particular rule and getting this. So what is the final circuit here? That is VTH, this is RTH, this is RL, or that VTH or the VThevenin you have calculated it as 13.29. So just dividing it by this RL plus RTH. RTH here it is 10 by 17, that is actually RTH. So that is 10 by 17 plus 10. If you are using this, finally the value will be coming as 1.26 ampere. Okay, so now come to this question number 2, this one. Here one current source is applied, here is a voltage source applied, so it is a mixture of current and voltage source. You have to find out the current through this particular resistance. So according to that discussion, as you know, so how we should start? First of all, we have to remove this. The circuit look like this. The 2 ampere current source is it is open, the voltage source are shorted. So here the RTH is basically that 1 and 2 are series with this shorted, so it is 0. So finally that is 3 parallel 0, it means RTH is 0. So the final current I equals to, this is RTH by 5. Here RTH is 0, so by plus 5 it is 5 by 5, so the final answer is 1 ampere. So here I need not have that particular VOC because VOC is already known to us. What is VOC? That is 5 volt, so across this the drop is also 5 volt, so the final answer is 1 ampere. So the another approach you can make, that here it is a 2A and 1, so you can make it as a voltage source, so you can make it as 2V and 1 and 2 in this way. So the final RTH here is like this. It is 5 ohm and here it is shorted path, so finally the value is 3, and the V is here 5, here 2, so the minus if you are doing it is 3 volt obviously. So 3 volt is the open circuit and that is 3 of the resistance. Finally the current is 1 ampere. You can solve it in this way also. Now if you are having understood this particular one, so we would like to put your views on that question number 3. Question number 3, it is quite larger in sense, and you can see this like here the problem is given here, that is a 10 ampere current source. This 5 and 2 ohm resistance are parallel to each other. Another 5 ampere source is given. Here it is 1 ohm resistance. Here it is that is 3 ohm resistance. The 1 and 3 are still parallel to each other. Here it is 5 volt. It is again parallel, and that 10 volt is applied. So find out the current through that 3 ohm resistance. Here you have to find out the current through this. So not necessary that you have to use the Thevenin's theorem always. You can do some KVL and KCL application also. So you have to find out the entire branch current, then you have to find out the consecutive drops of this, and finally if you are getting this particular voltage difference, here it is 10 volt obviously, and this particular drop, so if you are subtracting them divided by 3, you will be getting out the final answer. Okay, but here it is a pretty long calculation and quite meshy calculation this is, because you can apply these things using some mesh analysis also. Say this is another, this is second current, this is third current, this is fourth current, this is fifth current, so you will be getting out 5 individual loop, so you will be getting out different type of current equation. You should solve it and finally you will be getting the answer. So it can be done using what I have told, using that normal KVL or KCL application or mesh analysis, node analysis. So anything can be applicable on that, but if it is given in your question that you have to use Thevenin's theorem only, so what you can see in this particular, say it is 10, it is 2, so it is 10, it is 2, and they are parallel to each other, so it can be converted to the voltage source as 20 with series of 2. I did it. Say here you can see that is I did it 20 with series of 2, and that 5 is already there. Here 5 is already there, and this is 5 and this is 1, so 5 and 1, it is again 5 volt with 1 series, and that 3 ohm is plucked off, so we are making it as open circuit. Now the 5 volt is given as per, and this is 10 volt plus minus. So what is the VThevenin? VThevenin is 20 volt here, and that is 5 volt, so 20 minus 5, that divided by 2, 5 plus 1. Okay, so the current is 15 by 8 ampere, right? So 15 by 8 ampere, so what is the drop actually in this point? So this is, you know, if you are actually 2 and 5 and 1, they are look like a parallel to each other in this, if you are looking the circuit from this direction. So obviously the voltage drop is 20 minus the cumulative drop. So here I did the ampere is multiplied with that resistance, and you will be getting that minus 3.125. that is the VThevenin. So what is RThevenin? RThevenin is C. Again, we should not consider this one because that is shorted branch. Okay, so therefore the entire current is 7 plus 1, so it is 7/8 ohms. This is shorted, so if you are making parallelizing again with that RTH, it will be giving the same result. So therefore RTH is 7/8. So what is I? Therefore VOC by RTH plus 3. Here 3 is the load resistance, RTH is a calculated one. So finally the value will be obtained as 0.806 ampere. So in this way you have to solve that different problem, and whatever problem you are solving using Thevenin's and Norton's and superposition and different theorems in AC and DC circuit board, this type of problem I will show you in some another problem also. So this type of problem can be done using KVL, KCL or node analysis or mesh analysis, and somehow two-port analysis is also applicable to find out different critical resistance or the current flow. The Thevenin's theorem basically one approach. So it obviously check your time, it obviously making that particular time of solving one particular mathematical problem like this in much more less time. So it is an approach. So the approach is given in a detailed way in front of you with the 3 different mathematical example. So one better practice is always that if you are having one Thevenin's like problem, try to use it the help of Norton, try to use the superposition and other theorem on the same problem to find out the same result. If you can do it, I will show you in some different problem also. So finally you will get a detailed grip on that 3 types of network theorem. Thank you very much for this lecture. In the next class we will be having that Thevenin's theorem applicable on AC circuit. Thank you very much.